chat room dogs out there, man. And guys, let me tell you real quick before we even get into the show, man. For the last 3 weeks, maybe almost the last month, I found these two little baby squirrels and everything. And I took care of them, gave them milk and fed them milk through the syringe and set them up with a 3-layer pad and everything, man. And brought them back to wherever they were at, because I guess they got left by their mom or something like that. But I brought them back and they were running around in a cage, and I had to let them go, man. It's letting things go, man. But yeah, so I let the squirrels grow today. It just sucks, man. But I let them go, and they ran off. They didn't run off. I forced them to run off. And a few hours later, one of them came back, and it was a little asshole boy. It was like a boy and a girl. The boy was more aggressive, but they were cool though. But yeah, man, sometimes you just gotta let some things go. But I just thought I'd share that with y'all, man. Just a little bit, man. That's fun, man. When you find something, you bring it back, and it's like back to normal and everything. It's wild, man. It's wild. But anyway, so just wanted to share that with y'all. But guys, today we are going to be talking about why women become obsessed with men who don't do these 4 things, man. So let's talk on it, okay? Every man out there, they actually think that women become obsessed with them by the things they actually do for them, but that's not true at all. And what most people don't even understand is that obsession doesn't come from what you give. It comes from what she feels when she actually realizes that you don't need her validation or anything to breathe, to move, and react as a man. And I think so many people out here get the wrong idea when it comes to the game, when it comes to all this, because most of these guys out there, they're so busy running behind, so busy chasing women and things like that, they just don't even know how to position themselves the right way. And that's what we're going to be talking about on today's show. Because the obsession with women, gentlemen, will never be what you're doing. It's always going to be how your presence and how you restrain yourself and how you control yourself and your standards and how you make her feel in a way where she doesn't want to manipulate you. And that's what's going to separate you guys out there from the person that she uses, walks over, and everything like that. And I don't want you to be the guy who can't stop thinking about her. I want her to actually obsess over you and everything. So what we're going to be talking about today in this video is I'm going to show you why, when you think about it, why women become obsessed with men who don't do these 4 things that I'm going to talk about. Yeah, this is basically how you move as a man, and all this stuff that we're talking about is very important in the dynamics of the game. And it's so very important that you, as a man, you just have to move a different way. You got to see the world a different way. You got to move a different way. And that's what I'm doing. I got you guys covered, because many of you guys out here don't understand. And when you start to understand this and start to learn these things, you got it. So guys, get your crayons out. Let's go ahead and chop this up. So let's get to the first thing. Number one thing, man, the man that doesn't invest anything before she earns it. Gentlemen, nothing is for free when you're a man. I'm telling you, gentlemen, nothing is for free. Everything you have to do as a man, you must make a woman earn it. She's got to earn everything. I don't know what is happening in this world where we just give things away while we give things away to women before they even decide if they want to open their legs or open anything, even their mouth, you know what I mean? And a lot of these guys out here are going to buy dinners. They're going to pay for things, pay for rides. They're going to automatically, unfortunately, invest emotionally in this woman that at the end of the day, they're just trying to buy her love. And the woman doesn't fall for the man that spoils her. It's not about spoiling her, okay? It's the man that says, you have to qualify for me. Guys, I've always said this. Just because you have a nice body doesn't mean you get through the doors. You have to be worthy, not only of me, but you have to be worthy of my time. And this is where, guys, this is where the obsession comes from. Guys, you got to game it out. So many women are so used to the norm. They're so used to guys running behind them. They're so used to guys kissing their asses and everything. They're not used to men that actually say, you know what, I'm not gonna move this way at all. I'm not running behind you. As a man, I'm not gonna run behind a woman, but they are so used to average guys, hold on a second. They're so used to average guys doing average things that it seems like it's become like a norm or actually an expectation, and that's not how you do it. Guys, at the end of the day, when you learn the game and you actually stand on who you are and not your resources, the obsession is not going to be what you do, it's the feeling. Remember, I always talk to you guys, it's always the aftermath. It's after the feeling. It's after basically that women are so used to guys giving them resources. They're so used to guys, time, money, everything. It's like the guy just like hands it over. He's like, here you go, let me just go ahead and give it to you. Just hand it over to the woman, and that's not the game. We don't move that way as men. I think that when a lot of guys move that way as men, what happens is everything goes wrong because they're trying to buy the woman's love. And I think that's where the guy actually becomes obsessed with her. And as long as you start to become obsessed with her, you're not gonna win in this game. The game doesn't work that way when it comes to obsession. And that's why it's very important that we gotta think about one thought, one mind, one way. And we have to realize that at the end of the day, your time is your time and your money is yours. And those are things, she's going to value the man that has those things. She doesn't care about those things, okay? Because what we want to do is we want to create sexual tension through contrast, okay? We want the woman to sense who you are, have an idea what you are, why you are, and why she should actually give herself to you. And when you start to learn the game the way we're trying to show you, you will always remember that at the end of the day, I'm going to invest my time. I'm going to invest my attention in a woman who actually deserves it. She has to prove that she is worthy of me by being consistent in her actions and behaviors. And when you force her to do, that's where the obsession is going to come in at. Anyway, if you're being generous to the woman, if you're trying to do things to win her over, those things are not going to help you. People don't understand that even though the world makes you want to think that you're doing something nice, it just comes off of as desperate, clingy, and needy. And women are it's just something about women that they can recognize desperation and neediness. And when they can recognize that, this is not good for you guys out here. So don't train her on giving her gifts. I didn't even want to show you, I saw a thing where women's tell a guy, you gotta pay for my number and things like that. I saw that the other day and it blew me away. Don't teach her to want your gifts, and don't teach her to earn dinners. Teach her to earn things. Don't give things away, okay? But another thing that will make her obsessed that women aren't used to, and this is a key one, is that if you notice the thing about a lot of men who have game versus the majority that are running behind women, is that they always want to say sorry for some odd reason because they're worried that they're losing the woman, or they say sorry to try to keep things copacetic. I don't want to mess things up with you, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize. And as men, we just don't do that. A man never apologizes, okay? Only weak individuals are going to apologize because they feel like if I don't apologize, I'm going to lose the woman. But the trick of the matter, not even the trick, but he's already lost her and he doesn't even realize it. And that's really amazing to me, that a lot of guys have no idea who they are to themselves. And if you feel like as an individual that you have to keep saying sorry to somebody, then the problem is not the woman, the problem is actually yours. Women don't want a person to apologize for the sake of kissing her ass. And when a woman throws an attitude out or tests you or try to pushes your boundaries and all this other stuff, what happens to a lot of you guys out there, they cave in, they give up, they get upset, they get angry, and they're like scratching their head wondering, what do I have to do to get that woman to actually be interested in me? What do I have to say? What do I have to do? What do I have to be? And when you're actually moving that way, you're not really centered in who you are. And as a man, we just don't get emotional with women. Just never understood why guys would get emotional over a woman that he doesn't even have. But see, the obsession is going to come when you flip things around, okay? That's why chemistry is so important. That's why saying no is so important. And that's why believing in yourself is so important. Because when you're doing those things, it draws her in to say, who is this guy? Who are you? Why do you move? Why do you think this way? And the moment you do that, she is going to start to feel your stability. I get it, guys. Everything is weird in this world, and people want to give you all the bad information. And this is exactly why I always tell you guys, stop listening to what women want. Because a woman's never going to give you that combination code to her coochie. She's not. So we've got to stop moving that way. The more self-control that you have, the more obsessed she's going to become. Because it's at that point she's going to know that I can't just throw tantrums to get your attention. And I have to actually do this weird thing that is going to make me more obsessed, because I know so many guys kissing my ass, so many guys running behind me, so many guys begging for my time, so many guys begging for my attention, so many guys trying to be with me, that you are the only person I know that's not doing any of that. You just don't care. And the more you move this way, guys, the obsession is going to be yours. And it's always going to be a comparison in her eyes. It's like kind of comparing apples to oranges, or apples to rotten apples to fresh oranges. She wants to make sure at the end of the day that, you know what, when you show up to teach and guide, and you show up to show her why she should get with you. So always remember that, guys. The third thing, which is quite amazing, that most guys can't understand and can't fathom in all of this, is that, man, when you never chase her when she pulls away. Guys, if you want these women obsessed with you, when they go, never, ever sit around and say, please, let's work this out. Oh my God, I'm sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? Where did I go wrong? I won't do this anymore. I'll make changes. I'll do better. Tell me what you need from me, and I will do all the things that you ask. Guys, hell, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, man. As I've always told you guys, I love it when they want to go. Baby, it's not you, it's me. Man, I love it, guys. Listen, man, most of you guys, the moment you feel something is wrong, unfortunately, guys, y'all panic. I don't try to make light of your pain or anything, but sometimes a lot of you guys just panic. You worry when she takes longer to text you. You worry when she gives you one-word answers. You worry when you feel that you have to double text and you have to over-explain and all this other stuff. But that is where attraction dies, in your reaction to her action. So when she starts to pull away from me and all this other stuff, it's cool. It tells me that we have come to the end of our chapter. And as that book begins to close, I will just say goodbye. I'll get my book of matches. I'll grab one, whoosh, light it up, and throw it behind me like so, to burn the bridges and burn the ships. But that's where the obsession comes from. The obsession is when she pulls away from me. And God, they're gonna pull away from you, they're gonna pull away from me, they're gonna pull away from everybody. But guess what? When she pulls away, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna respect her boundary and the fact that she is pulled away, because that's her choice and that's her decision. And I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get angry. Matter of fact, if ever she tries to do that, guys, let me tell you how I learned this. I learned this a long time ago. It was my light bulb moment. So it was 6th, 7th grade. 7th or 8th grade. Okay, 7th, 8th grade, we moved from Gaithersburg. I'll give you logistics. So I was in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I lived in this apartment complex called Orchard Pond. That's on Clopper Road. That's across from Quince Orchard. So I want y'all to do logistics if you don't believe me. I was living in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I was going to Ridgeview. But then we moved to Germantown, Maryland, and I was staying on, I think it was Benton Willow Circle, I was living behind a high school called Seneca Valley High School. Y'all would know that if you do the logistics of that, you'll see the logistics and stuff like that of that. So I was living over there. So I remember I was going to Martin Luther King Junior High School in Germantown, okay? And I was messing with this one chick named Trisha. I forgot her. I think her name was Trisha. I forgot. So she always got her way with people. And for some reason, something I did, or she heard that I was messing around with some other, you know how it is. And for guys, okay, so like 7th and 8th grade, it's really gossipy. And the funny thing about it was, she tried to get mad at your boy. And she tried to walk away from me. And I didn't do anything. And I don't know why I didn't do anything. But I didn't do anything. Maybe it was something I learned from what my mentors always taught me, but I didn't do anything. And she walks away and goes around the corner. And I swear on all I am, it's the funniest thing. She goes around the corner, ain't do anything. And you know what she did after a while? She went like, I said, man, this guys, this is how I learned, don't do anything. Just stay grounded. As long as you stand on your square, gentlemen, you just don't chase. Again, that's why I've always been telling a lot of you young men why it's important to actually create space. Space is very important, because the more space that you create, the more she's going to start thinking about you. It was so funny, because at the end of the day, I am not going to run behind a woman. I just don't know how, but the obsession starts with the fact that she realizes that you don't run behind women. When they realize you don't run behind women, it's at that point where they're really going to start to be obsessed about you. Why? It's not really the thing that you're doing. They're trying to understand why it is you're doing it. Why aren't you running behind every guy that I know that's running behind me? Why aren't you running behind me? And gentlemen, that's the beautiful thing about the game, man. That's the beautiful thing. Don't ever, guys, when a woman wants to let you go, it's this easy. Hey, look. It's not you, it's me. And you know what? I wish you well. I hope you find what you're looking for. I understand, I'm just not the guy for you. I hope you find what you're looking for. And that's it. That's it, guys. It's beautiful when you're able to do that. But let's get to number 4. Number 4 is never, as a man, number 4 thing that makes her obsessed with a guy who doesn't do this is not allowing her to create your story. As a man, never let a woman write the story of the two of you. The moment you let a woman write the story of the two of you, you're gone. Now, see, the average guy out here is going to wait for a woman to define what the two of them are. Man, the first time I meet her, I'm going to let her know this is who I am. This is who I am, and this is what's going on with me. The story, guys, is already made because it's my story. And what they do, unfortunately, is they sit around and they allow women to decide what they're doing. They let the woman decide if they're dating. They let the woman decide if they're exclusive. They let the woman decide if they're going to do anything. And I'm not doing that. I am never going to allow a woman to dictate the pace in which I'm going. Never. Because, gentlemen, every time you let a woman rewrite your story, which is very bad, okay? All right? Write this down, guys. Very important. Every time that you allow a woman to rewrite your story is a moment you stop being the main character. It is at that point that you are co-starring in a story because the main character is this mythical 8-foot tall guy that rides a dragon, has a pet unicorn, and he slays dragons. He has a 40-foot-inch dick, and he's God's gifted man. You will be the co-star, because when she rewrites the story, it's based off of the interpretation of what she actually wants. And we don't do that. Never, ever allow a woman to write your story as a man. We do not do that, okay? A woman's gonna do everything. She's gonna change the narrative. She's gonna test and check your will. She's gonna refuse to follow your directions. She's gonna try to set your directions, okay? When you set the tone, gentlemen, it is at that point where she realizes what's between her legs doesn't carry the weight that she thinks it used to carry. And this is what I'm saying, man. I am never going to let her write anything when it comes to me. I'm always going to be the narrator and the director in everything of the story. Never, ever let a woman write that story, gentlemen, because the moment she writes a story, it's already over, okay, for you guys. But you want her to be obsessed with you. And when she writes that story, you lose the role, okay? And the emotional investment goes away, which means obsession goes away. But gentlemen, when you write the story, okay, that means when she reads the interpretation of you, when she turns every single page and reads every line, or excuse me, every word in every sentence, in every paragraph, to every line, okay? That's where the obsession is gonna come at, because in her mind, she's gonna see that you are an amazing person, amazing. So amazing that it's going to be frustrating, that her obsession is going to actually piss her off, because in her eyes, she wants the control. She wants to control you. She wants to control the narrative and everything in between, and we're not doing that. So at the end of the day, guys, here's the truth. Okay, a woman's obsession is never going to come from how, gentlemen, you kiss her ass and how you run behind her, all right? If the moment she feels that she can't predict what you're doing and your actions is the moment that you're automatically going to win, guys. The obsession is not to manipulate her. The obsession is to not allow her to manipulate you, to allow her to believe in who you are, to understand who you are, why you are, and how you're moving, how you're thinking, and actually how you're operating under the construct of the game. Because the moment you do that is when you turn the tables. But remember, guys, this is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games with her, doing everything to mistreat her. Because in all this, we never tell you to mistreat a woman. That's the thing I'm not about. I don't believe in mistreating women. You're going to mistreat them by not following or not doing what they want you to do. When she recognizes that you're not going to follow her lead and she can't write your story, oh man, that's gonna piss her off. It's gonna piss her off. But hey, you know what? I'd rather have her pissed off than you get pissed on at the end of the day. Gentlemen, always remember, guys, you hold the key to everything. And that's what I love about the information I like to tell you guys. You hold the key to everything. And as long as you hold the key to everything and you know who you are and you believe who you are, you're gonna win. This is not about playing games with women. It's just about to see your depth and your range. And if you want her obsessed, you've got to stop doing more and start being more. Be more of who you are. Lock into the game. Learn who you are. Create your realities. Build your kingdoms, your throne, and your crown, because they will be obsessed with you because you are not operating like 98% of them. But guys, this is going to be the end of our video, but not the end of our discussion, gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments. Guys, you got this. And as long as you soak this game up, call into our live shows, get the coaching, go to the Man Mindset. We got everything locked in for you guys, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we ask that you do appreciate yourselves, man. And guys, if you like this video, you are gonna love this video right beside me. So make sure you take a little bit of time and check that out, man. And we will definitely talk to you later. Become the obsession. Don't be obsessed.